to his credit, he took this next gentleman took us to a new level in respiratory care. But what really happened is he took anesthesia to a new level in the years to follow by the people he brought with him when he left respiratory care. So on a personal note, and I'll have a couple things to say afterwards, Al Halpin has meant a lot to our department. Not always understood perfectly, but always committed to a fault. He knew the value of this relationship at this department. He always got that. Irrespective of understanding and growing up where he did, you have to take care of business. You got to take care of business and who your boss is. And he was always respectful of lines of authority, which made it a challenge sometimes. Because you got lines of authority there, and you're dealing with me. That's kind of like, whoa, I'm caught in the hornet's nest. Vendor really doesn't count. These people will fire my ass, but he's being difficult. But Al always did it with class, and there was never an argument that we couldn't get through. So I asked somebody also very special to me, but I'm also long-term with Al, to make a couple of comments. And he's also a linguist, just like Dr. Nathanson, Barry Wallace.
I think it's better. Sorry, I didn't bring my speech. Thanks, I was really honored to have this time to talk to Alan and talk about Alan. I got a few words to say about him. He's a really good guy, thanks. But I'll go to this side. I had the pleasure of meeting Al back in September of 1978. At that time, I was at Northwestern doing respiratory school, and Alan was my instructor. And I knew we were going to hit it off really well because I'd go out with a few of the guys for lunch over at the East End. A couple of Northwestern guys remember that place. Have a few pizzas and beer, and get back late. It was Al's class. He'd say, "No, I'm not letting you in. He had the door locked." I kept on knocking. He wouldn't let us in. We had to write a note, slip it underneath the door. I said, "All right, come on, man." You know? Later on that year, Al became director of respiratory therapy at Evanston Hospital. And about a month later, he said, "Larry, I want you to come work." I said, "Okay, sure." What the hell? I don't have a job, you know. I'm still in school. He said, "Don't worry, you work pianos." Well, that, as Jeff knows, it was pretty bad back then, you know. I mean, it was really in disarray. That department was pretty much, you know, on the dumps. But with Al's direction, really made a change. And I thought it was one of the best departments, you know, in the city at that time for respiratory therapy. And after that, you know, administration saw what he did there, changed the department, made a lot of money for the hospital, I believe, and then all of a sudden the pulmonary function lab came next. And after that was the blood gas lab over in ICU, which is still there now, you know, and that was only a daytime lab. Al took it over. It was 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. So they saw that, and then I think it was in the mid 80s, he got the call to go over that anesthesia. And back then, you know, when you went to anesthesia, it was like the nurses and the doctors were their own group, and the ancillary staff just did the support, you know. So the idea was try to lose as less money as possible. And they saw what Al did, turned it around, and it's still making money until today, you know. So, I mean, it's an honor of working with Al or for Al for 34 years. And it's tough, you know, you walk around the hospital now and people ask me, "Hey, you lonely without your buddy?" I go, "Yeah." We walked around these halls for a long time, man, you know. And he was always a fair guy. Everybody, you know, liked him. And it's going to be hard for, you know, remaining in my years there, but I just want to wish him, and they'll all be retired. He's a great, first of all, healthy and happy retirement. And thanks a lot for all the good times, Al. Appreciate it.
Real quickly for a moment,
guys, I special support for Daddy. Listen. my favorite song is from my daddy. It's like, Daddy's little girl, because I love my daddy. God's a perfect man, I miss him, because his people from the Wiggles Cowbird.
I like Frank Sinatra a lot. One song I was listening to a couple of nights ago, it was really, I'll just say one verse, and it kind of, I think, speaks for all of us that are now part of the history. And it goes something like this, I won't say how to speak. One day you turn around and it's summer, the next day you turn around and it's fall. And the winters and the springs of a lifetime, whatever happened to them all. So on that, this is a great family, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Al, on a personal note, I want to acknowledge two things. Jules made herself aware up here. Jules, say hi to everybody. Julie, say hi. And Tess, where's Tess?
I'm here.
Right here. Al's other daughter is here with us. Their son isn't here. Jess is here. Teacher now, right, Jess?
Yeah.
Right. And then everybody here who works at Evanston regularly, years ago in the ICU, today in the PACU, but really has kept it together with Al is Karen. And we appreciate Karen as much as we do Al in a lot of ways. And their commitment. See, most of us have the benefits of just going to work. The commitments they've made outside of work are huge, with Special Olympics and other things that help identify who you are as a person beyond the daily job. We all have daily jobs, but there's a lot of needs that exist outside of our own domain, our own personal self-interest. And Al and Karen, you've done a brilliant job, and I can't say more than that. Al, you've been a phenomenal partner, a phenomenal one. And we won't be a stranger to you. So last but not least,